So we shift back to training camp. It's day 11, and the Eagles are continuing trucking on, and we're going to see what's up with these boys because the defense kind of caught up to the offense today, but the offense still had an efficient day. Yeah, man, we're in the midst of it right now. Going to have a joint practice up next, but well, yeah, one more day of practice that's close to the public, but it's going to be exciting because there's a corner that we have that's similar to a corner we're going to face in Christian Gonzalez, and a good warm up, and he was playing pretty well against us last year, so we'll see how things are slated to go. But let's get into the training camp battles. What's up? It's your boy Cintron coming back at you with another analysis video to get you. Nah, that's my real name. Eagles training camp game ball. Quinyon Mitchell already looks like a solid NFL cornerback, so he's competing for a starting spot, and he did some good things in practice today. He was locking down Smitty, had two reps against him that went for incompletions, and you can see here he almost broke on the ball and intercepted it, but he just got his hands on it. He said, disappointed. He's got to corral that in. Hey, first game action, but it looks like the rookie took some confidence from that game and it shifted over here to practice. He's locking these guys down, so happy to hear that in his progression. He's still not out for the #1 job, even though Isaiah Rodgers looks like he has a stranglehold on that. He's gonna play, whether it be in a slot where he's looked good as well. I think this is where the snap comes from, if I'm not mistaken, or whether that be on the outside. But they're gonna bring him along slowly. But I would say rest assured he's probably gonna play some snaps, and maybe potentially a significant amount of snaps, depending on whether he plays on the interior or not. And the game ball on the offensive side was Johnny Wilson. No, he wasn't consistent throughout practice, but he did make the kind of highlight of the day at the end of practice, one-on-ones, beating Quinyon Mitchell, the aforementioned guy who was having a good day, in the end zone on a one-on-one rep. And yeah, man, he got a step on him, which is interesting for a guy who runs a 4.33. And quarterback made a great throw, actually lofted it, didn't need to. Johnny Wilson plucked it over the shoulder, and just beautiful work, man. So these guys are going to continue to challenge, and he's not taking off with the number 3 job, the wide receiver 3 job, but he's he's going to be in the running. He had some really good run blocking in the preseason game against the Ravens, and that's something you want to see from a bigger physical receiver who's 6'6", 230, borderline 240. So he's going to get some burn in this offense. Definitely way ahead of the 5th round pick, Anaya Smith, who might be actually cut and put on the practice squad. All right, let's get into the Jalen Hurts watch. So QB1 and the first team get back on the grind, approaching the Patriots joint practices. And, I keep saying this ad nauseum. I sound like a robot, sound like a ad, because I keep hitting the same points, but consistent, accurate, not letting balls hit the ground. It's what you want to hear. A lot of short passes didn't really go, too deep, but even the passes that he threw that were incomplete, he threw one to AJ in the corner of the end zone, which they haven't been able to hit recently. They hit the slant, so those are automatic for us. But he wasn't able to get his feet down in bounds. But, you can't be perfect. He was 80%, 12 of 15 today. And I don't know if he had a touchdown or not. No touchdowns, but no interceptions. 11th day, counting, already hit a record at 10 training camp practices without an INT. Hey, took a couple sacks, penalties that weren't on him, but he keeps things trucking, and 80% completion rate isn't half bad. So, like what you're saying from QB1 is he continues to get acclimated to this new offense, and he's gonna continue to make plays. All right, the main article, the main meat. Eagles 2024 training camp practice notes, day 11. Don't make Jalen Carter mad. So they pissed him off, and he kind of went off. So, yeah, like I said, if someone can piss him off every time before a game, maybe that would go well for us. All right, DMPs did not practice. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with that shoulder. This is the second practice he's missing. Grant Calcaterra and Albert O, shoulder and abdomen, those are both new. So he played in the preseason game, as did he. Paris Campbell missing his 5th practice with that groin. So, guys are gaining ground on him for the wide receiver 3 position. And not saying he had it on lock before, but it's definitely hurting his position not being out there. Oren Burks been like this since training camp day 1. So I think he's gonna get injury weight. We're just holding out because he's a guy that could make the roster. All right, another new addition, limited. Patrick Johnson with a lower leg contusion. Brandon Smith, that concussion, I think it's day 2 or day 3 for him with that. And Mekhi Gardner with the hamstring, limited. I think he did get upgraded, but still, not practicing. And Mekhi Gardner, not practicing. He hasn't been approved independently yet. So, all right. Bryce Huff had a nice spin move against Lane Johnson, but still went nowhere. Must be definitely frustrating, giving it your best and still ain't enough. But plenty of edge guys are gonna struggle against Lane Johnson. Still playing at an All-Pro level. All right, Milt Williams had showed some great athleticism. He dusted Landon Dickerson with his quickness, man. Hey, man, he's a guy that Vic said maybe potentially could get some snaps covering for Jordan Davis at nose tackle. And hey, I'd like to see what he could do there with that quickness. But we got guys like Booker and PJ Mustapher. I really want someone to step up and claim that 5th spot, which needs to be a nose tackle spot for us. We don't have a replacement directly for Jordan Davis, neither his size nor athleticism. That's to be expected because the guy's just 1-on-1. But, we need someone to step in there when he isn't able to take snaps, or in the event, unfortunately, that, he would go down. All right. Jalen Carter and Tyler Steen got heated on the field, so they had to be separated by Connor Barwin. Even, he stepped in between, and Jalen Carter knocked his hands down. So, it tells you that the level to which they were stepping. Both guys did walk away before taking their spots on the 11-11. Tyler Steele on the sidelines and Jalen Carter with the starting defense. But, things getting hotly contested. So, I'm going to be happy that joint practices, they can alleviate their stress with someone else. But Tyler Steen out there, he might be pressing because he's not 100%, looks like it yet. But you want him to, be giving it his all, but not compromise. But he's feeling that pressure, feeling that heat, because my guy back then is out there once again with the starting unit. All right, so Jalen Carter after that had a monster day, batting down practices with I guess Jalen Hurts, and the defense, they let Jalen Hurts know about that, and then he had a potential sack on Jalen Hurts around his ankles, but in live game action, he more than likely would have been able to grab onto him. Then he stuffed Saquon Barkley on the run. So, TFL. Beautiful. Like I said, maybe piss him off before each and every Eagles game. We got back and puking again. He saw some liquid there. So he had some bacon eggs before the game, before practice. Yuck. But, hey, it is what it is. And there we go with our boy again with that streak. And these poor graphics. Got to be Jimmy Kempinski. But AJ Brown catching slants and letting the defense know, hell no, you ain't stopping me. It is what it is, man. You can't. Those are pretty much automatic, and I love the game action. They're going to be varied because so that we don't know they're coming. He just has a great stems because he doesn't use the same one, and he's smart enough to know that he's got to work around the defense when they know it's coming. He runs it deeper, runs a 3-step. Keeps them on their toes. And yeah, Jalen Hurts with that, thumbs up. How many days in a row? Can't even count. It's just 7 or something like that. But yeah, man, he's putting in another good training camp. It's probably his best of his career yet. All right, Saquon Barkley dominated, or he usually dominates, but Zach Bond got better on him twice. Nice to see that he's putting in some work, man. Because Vic Fangio said that he wasn't in the right place. It was incorrect on the first few snaps of the Ravens game, but after that, settle in. So, all right, Thomas Booker, that's his first name, Thomas, and Tristan McCullum, getting in some good camp, putting in some good camps. So, Booker with the TFL today, and then McCullum with the PBU. So he was flying around in that Ravens game, looking good. And I wouldn't be mad at him, being the second safety behind Reed Blankenship or C.J. Gardner-Johnson, because he looks like he's ready to take it the next step. His brother in Tampa's already doing so. Twin brother at that. And then another safety that we have, that's the twin, with Sidney Brown having a brother that plays running back for the Cincinnati Bengals, Chase Brown. Let's see. Yeah, line up for 1-on-1s. Anaya Smith got done in by Andres Sam. And then, man, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, Tanner McKee, shout out to him, put it in a great spot. even though it was tight coverage where only he could catch it. He drops it, and CJGJ said, he ain't done all camp 3 times. Damn, bro. Talk about, like, just kill your spirit. And then the last one, like I told you about this earlier, but Johnny Wilson beat Quinyon Mitchell. Throw by Will Greer. Excellent throw, but even better catch, man. Hey, man, they mobbed Andre Sams for that, and then they mobbed, the offense did Wilson for that catch. All right, let's get a few more insights before we get out of here. So, Hurts delivered an accurate strike to Devonta Smith for 15 yards. And then the slant to Brown was crisp. Can't stop those. So the 1-on-1 TDs went to Dallas Goedert, who beat Reed Blankenship. And then it was back-to-back passes. Next one went to John Ross, who beat Josh Jobe for a touchdown. So not kind of surprising there because Josh has looked kind of downtrodden, downcast in coverage. But good shout out to John Ross for doing that. All right, just the injuries. I mean, we already covered that. And, we cut already linebacker Shaquille Quarterman, who was going to be just camp body for Caden Stearns. But, definitely, I think this guy they're serious about is a Denver safety. Not the one that, you guys wanted in Justin Simmons, but this guy has made, I think, 4 picks over his career in 21 and 2022. But the last couple of years he's been hurt, has only played 5 games the last 2 years. So, someone to keep your eyes on, but definitely you're concerned about his availability because you don't want a Justin Evans situation on your hands. All right, Mekhi Becton got the first team snaps. As I said, Isaiah Rodgers running away with his competition. He got for the 8th day, 8 days, 7th in a row, these start over Keely Ringo, and he was sticky against Brown, and quarterback didn't even want to go his way with that. And then after 1 rep, I hate that shit, man. It's so it's just because it's something you tell your kids. All right, kids, buckle up. It's like you're saying that this guy's a kid, or he's your kid. You made him your kid by putting the seatbelt on. It just looks childish because it's just something that kids do. Like that, they like that. But he did it against Brown, and then Brown caught a short completion on him, but it was still highly contested. So Rodgers having a very good camp. He looked good in the game as well. Had one completion. The first completion, was kind of like, where the hell are you? But after that, he settled in. Had been, over 500 days, 532 days, I believe, and 18 or 19 months since he had seen game action. So get him at a break. All right, Devin White and Zach Bond, once again being paired. Bond got a pressure on Tanner McKee by rushing through the A-gap and not being picked up by Will Shipley. Hey, he can do it in game action, but against, our guys, he's been poor. All right, wide receiver 3 battle continues. Brayton Covey got the first first up action with the first team offense, but Johnny Wilson also sprinkled in. So, he failed to catch a ball. Had his arm stretched out, but he got the redemption later in 1-on-1s versus Quinyon Mitchell. The QB2, Kenny Pickett, on a nice shoulder action, fooling them because as he did Isaiah Rodgers a couple times early in camp, and some overthrows, fade ball out too far in front for Kenny Gainwell on a wheel route. But Tanner McKee not getting any help from Justin Ngata and no separation. I just the label that you can put on him because in the preseason game last week you could see that not getting any separation. Bradbury doing a good job making that transition from corner to safety, and he split the reps. The first team with Devontae Maddox with CJGJ out. So let's see, we already talked about that. Quinyon Mitchell going 1 of 3 or 2 of 3 with the incompletions against Devonta Smith. Lost first rep and run the next 2. And then CJGJ and Sidney Brown getting some mental reps in the end zone, and Cooper DeJean, joined them later. CJ being vocal, yelling at Andre Sams when he made a mistake, but also, praising him when he did something right. And let's see, Tristan McCollum breaking a pass. We talked about that. That was a PBU, and Andre Sams forcing incompletion. All right. Next up is gonna be the joint practices, but before that, the practice closed tomorrow to the walkthrough. So we'll see how things fall out. But hey, anyways, you're not even watching though, but it's all good because I love talking about the freaking stinking Philadelphia Eagles, and I love making videos about these guys. So we'll try to do this officially. But as always, it's Fly Eagles Fly, and let's motherfucking go. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Check me out at Cintron, Cintron Anime, Cintron Life, or Cintron Laughs, or other social media.